Hi guys, it's a beautiful minus 47 outside with the wind chill today. So I am super happy to be sitting inside our little farm store making this video for all of you guys. My name is Lori Trigg and my husband Chad and I own the Backwoods Buffalo Ranch in Marysville, Alberta. We raise pastured bison, pastured pork, pastured chicken, homegrown dairy, free-range eggs, and a lot of other not as profitable animals, but we keep them around because they do bring a lot of people up to the farm store because people like diversity. Anyways, I'm just gonna put this out there for you right now. I am in no means, by any means, a professional marketer, but I am a farmer who is interested in marketing and growing my own business. I think it's super important to share any type of knowledge that we have, especially when it comes to the agricultural industry. When Chad and I first started farming, we were 22 and 23 years old, and we found a lot of people weren't really willing to spill up all the things that they had learned throughout their years with us, and so we were kind of on this journey just navigating this path alone. And so we find it very, very important to share the little bit of knowledge that we have gained in our 8 years doing this and share it with all of you young aspiring farmers, because there's absolutely no better time than now to start growing food, growing your own food, and sharing it with communities around you. So there are lots of points that I kind of wanted to talk about today, but we don't have a lot of time together. So I am just gonna get right into it. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a backstory about us. I already told you that Chad and I purchased our ranch when we were 22 and 23. We started out on our own with no financial backing or help. So the first year that we moved here was 2013. We got our first bison in 2014. We knew nothing about marketing. We kind of figured that we would just be like a cow-calf operation, maybe sell a few animals here and there by the half or whole. And in the beginning, that is exactly what we did. We kind of beat down the doors of the people that we knew and convinced them to try our product. And alas, they showed up every single time for us. We would sell a half or whole animal, maybe twice a year. We'd pay a few bills, and then we wait again until we had animals ready again the next year. This is not a super profitable way to make money in farming. We did sell some calves and things like that. We went to some show and sales, but we knew we needed to change something eventually. In the beginning, I felt kind of like a lone soldier and like our business would never grow and that we were just kind of pounding the pavement and nothing was really changing. Then through COVID, a lot of things did change. Chad and I were both laid off from our outside jobs because we both worked off farm as well as trying to manage all of these crazy animals and little kids, and we're just always super busy. But I decided that we needed to change our business model a little bit and figure out a way that we could sell a lot of meat so that we could financially afford to stay home through COVID without having to depend on the government and things like that. So what we did is we offered doorstep delivery to Edmonton and the surrounding areas, as well as our local town of Marysville and to Whitecourt. And we actually did deliveries all the way to Edmonton as well. So we hit a lot of places on the way. It went crazy. We sold so much meat. We would get animals in, and as soon as we had posted that we were restocked, we would have orders and we'd be selling out. I was staying up till like 3 a.m. doing order sheets because people were panicked about not having food. People were also scared about leaving their homes. And this was something that was really versatile. It was different. In the very beginning, a lot of people weren't offering this service as small farms like ours, because we were just that. We were a small farm. In the beginning, we were packing our meats in liquor store boxes that we basically begged the liquor stores to save for us. And we were just getting them out the door as fast as we can. We did do a couple things that were different than I've seen other small farms do, such as put little handwritten notes in the boxes, just thanking them for supporting us and telling them to keep safe. People really liked this. It spread. People were sharing us on social media. People were talking to their neighbors. we just got busier and busier. We ended up having to buy more and more animals to even keep up with the amount of meat sales that we were providing. We were then grandfathered into the St. Albert Farmers Market. This is something that we had personally never done before. I had worked for a neighboring bison farm and I had worked his markets, but it was never our own product. So it's a completely different world, stepping out there and putting yourself out there with your own product that you have raised, because you need to have a great product to sell at a farmer's market, and you need to be different. And so I tried to think of some ways to make our farm different. And I realized that my one really, really exceptional skill is storytelling. So what I started to do was post on social media, doing different educational posts, just talking about how we raise our animals, giving a backstory about our family, and really trying to connect people with who we were as farmers. People love that. They want to know the people that are raising their food. That is also why we have a completely open door policy on our farm. Regardless of biosecurity and things like that, there are ways around it. I believe that if you are consuming food and you are an omnivore, so you are someone that eats meat as well, you need to be a responsible omnivore and do research and know how that animal was raised, and really take pride in what you're putting in your plate. And one of the things that's also super important is connecting to your farmer, right? Knowing the people that raise your food is super important. So we started doing just little things like that. And then we ended up taking on another farmer's market and another farmer's market, and we were pounding the pavement that way. So we were doing a lot of organic marketing, in the sense that we were talking to a lot of people at the farmers markets, basically convincing them to try our product because we were new. They didn't know us. And then it spiraled from there. It turned out, so then we ended up in the winter time, we offered all of our customers from the markets doorstop delivery once again. Hey, we'll deliver to you. Maybe you don't want to travel out to the farm to pick up meats. We'll bring it straight to you. That convenience is something that people appreciate so much. It's just unbelievable. However, in August of last year, we hosted our first Alberta Open Farm Days. We sold out of all of the meat we had on the farm. It was unbelievable. We had over 500 people come because of the connection that they had to our social media and the storytelling behind our ranch. It was absolutely unbelievable. Like, sold out. So then we decided, because we had set up kind of a little makeshift farm store. This is our transitional farm store, as we say. We're hoping to get a new building maybe this year or next. That we would leave the farm store open all the time so that people could come. People could come and buy meats. People could buy food. Everyone needs to eat, regardless if we're in a pandemic or not. We always just say that we are so thankful to be in an industry that sells, be in the industry of selling food, because regardless, people need to eat. We didn't know if anyone would come to the farm store, but they came. They showed up. We're only open one day a week, Sundays, from 1 till 4 o'clock. And we have pretty much 30 families probably that come out every weekend. We have some regular customers and we have new customers every week. And this past weekend, we had some people come out from Edmonton. And it was super cool though, guys. People are traveling, right? They want to see where their food's grown, and they appreciate that. But we had some people come and say, oh, hey, I talked to my neighbor the other day, and they said that they got these awesome bison steaks from these people in Mayerthorpe, and I'd actually heard about you guys on social media, and I wanted to come too. And then we were talking to another friend, and we told them that we were coming out to this cool bison ranch, and then they sent us with money to buy them steaks too. Just things like that. It happens to us all the time. It's unbelievable how, if you organically market yourself and are just your honest, true self, how much people connect with that and appreciate that. And they want to be a part of the ranch. And that is just what's so cool. We always say that we have a community based around food, and we really do. Our friends show up for us all the time to help us out when we need help. People come from all over the place to buy our meats, and the one thing that really connects all of us together, because we don't have a lot of money, but we do have a lot of time and we do have a lot of food, we connect everyone together with food around our dinner table. And it's a beautiful thing. So marketing is continuously revolving. There are so many different social media platforms and things like that I have no idea what they're even called, what they even do. Like, I don't even know how to use Snapchat, and like sometimes that ages myself. But I do like to use Facebook, and I do like to use Instagram. We also have a pretty nice website set up where people can order, pre-order online, and then we'll deliver it. We do deliveries to Edmonton and the surrounding area bi-weekly, and then to our local towns every week. So we talked a little bit about marketing through word of mouth, farmers markets. I just have some points here. Farmers markets, doing deliveries through our farm stores, social media. Another thing that we talked a little bit about doing events. So we did that Open Farm Days events, had over 500 people come. It was absolutely amazing. We did bison tours and animal tours and taught kids how to make butter, and people want to learn skills and they want to have an outing in the middle of a pandemic that's outside and, you know, do something with their family. Another way that we market ourselves is through workshops. So often we will offer different workshops. So we'll get people to come in that have a skill. So last year, my friend Cheryl and I, we put on this hide tanning workshop. She's a traditional brain tanner. She came, we advertised that together, and all of these people that were interested in brain tanning came out to the farm, and then they saw what we do. They saw that we had food, that we sell food. We sold quite a bit of meat that day as well. And just meeting different people that I wouldn't necessarily reach on my own social media platforms, or maybe someone that wouldn't be at a farmer's market, but hey, they want to play with brains and tan a hide all day. So it's cool to bring in people that have completely different skills than you have, because you're reaching just that diverse group of people that you might not even have access to. And like I said, everyone needs to eat food. Doesn't matter if it's vegetables or meat or you make cheese, or like, people need to eat. So if you have good product, they'll come. Another thing that I had on the list is really figuring out who your customer is. So for our family farm, because we raise bison, it is a very lean, high in iron, low in fat kind of meat. We also raise pastured pork. It tastes completely different than pork bought from the grocery store. It is more of a red meat. They're raised outside all year round. Just like our chickens, we only do chickens in the summer. They're always on pasture. They're rotationally grazed. Our chickens that lay eggs are truly free range. If you come to our farm at any time, you will see chickens all over the yard, and our dogs protect them, and we've never had issues, knock on wood. But our product is different, and we like people to know that our product is different, and that's why we have the open door policy kind of thing. But getting back to that, so our meats are different. We are a small family farm. We raise high quality meat. That is our niche product, and we are different from a lot of people because of our storytelling, our honesty. We're very transparent in the way we raise our animals because we think it's important. So figuring out who our customer was, the person that we were kind of channeling to come and buy our meats. In the beginning, we really focused on health conscious people because of the health benefits of the meats that we were providing to their plates. That was first and foremost. Then we also channeled women, because at farmers markets and things like that, you'll notice a lot of the time, about 90% of the time, I believe the statistic is that women are the ones making the choices when it comes to buying food, because they're the ones that cook it. I'm not saying that's all the time, but we have seen that a lot in our business. Foodies, people that want something niche. So definitely bison. You know, at our Edmonton downtown farmers market, there's lots of people that sell pork, and there's lots of people that sell chicken and eggs, but we have bison. We're the only bison people there. We're the only bison people at the St. Albert market. It's niche, it's different. People want to try it out. So foodies, that is someone else that we kind of channeled. Then we also believe in education. So I've talked a little bit about this, but education is a huge part of who we are as farmers. And that is something that we'll always do. So we always educate people on the ins and outs of the meat industry and the agricultural industry. We're very transparent about it. We do a lot of on-farm harvests when we sell a half or whole animal. And so we can channel people that are interested in learning about harvesting animals. Okay, so like I said, we get a lot of people that are interested in harvesting animals and using the whole part of the animal and things like that as well. People that just really respect the education around the lack thereof in our food system, and just the transparency in how we raise our animals and our open honesty. So that being said, our farm has a very diverse client base. Knowing who our customer is very diverse, and that is what's really cool, because we pertain to a lot of different people from all different walks of life, even just to the family that wants to come out to the farm store on the weekends and see all of the different animals and take their kids for a little tour. We pertain to them as well. Because of the amount of education that we share, we also have a lot of different farmers on our pages on social media as well, who often share our posts with their client and customer bases, and therefore we get new customers through them as well. So we're not necessarily just looking at who our customer is, but sharing the education and knowledge that we have around the agricultural industry and reaching farmers as well. We use all types of different hashtags on social media, and some of them are pertaining to farmers and some of them are pertaining to people that are looking for local, sustainably raised food. So we kind of use a diverse system of hashtagging and things like that as well, so that we can reach just such a variety of people. Another way that we connect with people is by collaborating with people that raise different products. So on our farm, because we raise bison, we cannot raise lamb meat. They carry a disease called MCF, or malignant catarrhal fever, that can be passed to our bison herd and potentially wipe them out overnight. So we have collaborated with another local farm that sustainably raises meat, and lamb meat, and we carry it in our farm store. So that brings different people in as well, because they're looking for just that different type of product. So we actually carry 5 different types of meat in our farm store and have such a wide variety that there's something for everyone. We also have a lot of different local vendors that we support through the farm store, people that make sourdough breads and broths and pickled goods and spices and locally roasted coffee. So there's something for everything, regardless if you eat meat or not, because we have a lot of people that come out who are even vegan or vegetarian that still purchase things from our farm and our farm store, because we have such a diverse amount of product available at their fingertips that's all locally raised. And we get their customer bases coming in too, because we even have like a local line of candles, and people will say like, oh, I heard that you had these candles in your farm store. So then they come out, they grab a candle, and then usually they'll buy some meat or something from a different vendor as well. So that way we're really expanding our reach and the people that are getting involved with just purchasing more locally, because we're collaborating with these other people and other faces, and it's just fantastic because we're just growing this community around food exponentially and just reaching so many more people. Another way that we really expand our clientele is by collaborating with photographers that are interested in taking photos of animals for their print businesses. So this is something that we've done for about 2 years now, and we have worked with about 3 different photographers that are absolutely amazing, local to us or Alberta based, who take phenomenal pictures, and we let them come out and take photos of our animals for free in return of getting some of these photos back to use on our own social media platforms and marketing tactics and things like that. So that's also another really cool way that you can collaborate with someone that is completely not in the realm of providing food or raising food, but has a completely different reach than we do. So it's just organically marketing and not paying or being salesy. It's just reaching these different people by collaborating with these amazing other local businesses. We also believe in continuously learning from other people. So even though we've been in this industry for about 8 years now, we are first generation bison farmers. We are not first generation farmers. Chad and I were both raised on beef operations, which is completely different than raising bison or pastured pork. So I lost my train of thought, but we just really believe in learning from other people, continuously growing our knowledge. As I said, marketing is continuously revolving, and that is the exact same for the agricultural industry. Things are constantly changing. People are wanting to buy more local. You need to grow and change and gain more knowledge in your area continuously, because someone else could just come up right behind you and do exactly what you're doing and kind of just start off at want more of your now point instead of starting where we had begun, if that makes sense. So continuously gaining knowledge and learning from others and just trying to better ourselves is something that we are super passionate about. But that being said, I think I'm kind of rambling on now. So I just want to leave you with a couple points that I think are super important and that we use mainly in our marketing for our farm. Be a storyteller. People love to know the person that is raising their food, really connecting a face to the product. Open door policy is one thing that we really believe in. People love to see the animals and exactly where their food is being raised, in what conditions they're being raised, what they're being fed. They like to see that and they appreciate that. That's something that is really important always. Figure out who your customer is. Differentiate your product, like what makes your product good, and find that customer base that makes sense for you and your farm. Continuously learn from others. You can never go back on knowledge. And yes, farming is hard. It has its ups and downs always, but you don't need to plateau or just stay in the same spot. If you are continuously learning, you're gonna grow. You're just gonna go upwards from there. And I think that is about it. Be a storyteller. Let people know what makes you different from other people and why people should buy your food or your product. But anyways, guys, I really would like to just say thank you for listening to me talk today, and I hope that you gained something out of this little tidbit of information that I could share with you in about 15-20 minutes. And I hope you have a wonderful day and stay warm out there and just take care of yourself. Thanks.